Hello, my angels, and welcome back to a new day, new reading. I want to get right into it. I'm feeling there could be a lot going on within this collective, so I want to see how your energy is in this moment of time, where, so to speak, your focus is, but I want to see this collective's energy. This collective's energy. Okay. So we have the Wheel, the Tower, and King of Swords. So the wheel could be turning in your favor in this moment of time. I'm not sure you see it like that, but maybe you're reflecting upon certain cycles, certain things that are opening up for you. Something here with the change, right? And also the karmic wheel within one's life, right? It's all about the good luck, the improvements. Like I said, new doors are opening, luck that is turning. But then we have the Tower and the King of Swords. So the Tower, when that appears within a reading, it's all about something that could be happening quite quickly or quite shockingly to one's system, right? Like I say throughout my readings, the Tower doesn't have to be anything bad. It's all about, again, how we choose to see it within the situation. It can talk about, again, the freedom, the enlightenment, because things that are not serving us are being taken away. It's no longer within our reality. And even though it can be shockingly to sit in that things just vanish from one day to another, it's all to improve our circumstances, our life, our situation, right? It can be a lot of turmoil. It can also talk about awakenings, right? So maybe you're coming into some sort of awakening when it comes to the wheel. We have the King of Swords. It's about truth. It's about control. He is very much within the process of thought, right? It's all about the mind with the swords. So having a lot of authority, speaking clearly with determination, being very intelligent, and you would be collective. Because if you are starting to take notice of how things are unfolding within your life, maybe you are starting to come into the process of choosing to let that tower fall when it comes to something within your life. Easing up on that process of thought that this destruction needed to come in. But you would be reflecting upon that a bit in this moment. This tower could mean that you are, like I just said, reflecting upon this, or it's something that is within your reality, sort of trickling in this moment. We will have to see about that. And you could be, as well, I'm hearing that, connected to someone that has been more in that King of Swords lens, being quite cutthroat when it comes to you. Being very cold, because he is. He doesn't give a rat's ass. Do you say it like that? I think you do. About anything other than himself. He wants truth. And he's moving with that intelligence. He can make very fair decisions, but he can be very cold making them as well. But then again, you could as well be coming into that due to the reflection upon this, right? But again, we will see a bit further. I want one more for that tower. So the Seven of Swords. So the betrayal. Something here could be within the lens of trickery. Something that is hidden. It can be a warning, yes. But it's all about the deception. And the deception, it doesn't have to be towards someone else. We can deceive ourselves within our own process of thought. And again, the swords are within our thoughts, right? So that could be something you're reflecting upon when it comes to a destruction here. The deception that did lie behind it. And maybe that was why this tower for you, collective, came in. It felt like a tower moment. It felt like total destruction of one's foundation, of all that you have built, just seeing it crumble. I want one more for that, my angels, with the heartbreak. So again, don't make this fit. If this does not align with where you are within your process of thought and what you're going over, this reading is not for you, because this collective is reflecting upon that. So something would have been coming in your lens, collective, of total destruction, ruin everything that was built. You could be thinking that there are certain deceptions within the background when it comes to this, of why that tower needed to come in, if you get what I'm saying. You could be thinking that someone here is very much lying, very much not speaking the truth, and that is why you're trying to embody this energy in the moment, because that is what you want. You're trying to move forward with it with logic within your mind. And I think that's what you want in return as well. But it would have led to the Three of Swords, the sadness, the emotional pain, the loss. It's three swords within our heart. Truly, a lot of pain. It could be a lot about misunderstanding as well, but I do not think that you are within that lens. I think you have quite locked into that outlook of, again, what makes sense for you when you think about it logically. That there was something within the background that made this tower come in. You do not think that there has been honesty, that there has been truth spoken about the situation. So don't make it fit. What about the wheel, my angels? So the Six of Swords, but sideways, right? We would love to see it upright. And that means that you are truly moving on to calmer waters. So you are in the midst of that. And it kind of makes sense because you are going over what has been happening within the lens of logic, truly trying to make it all make sense. But when we have it upright, the Six of Swords, it's about choosing the calmer waters, choosing to see a new day, choosing to leave what does not serve on other land and going across the waters, navigating through all the curveballs, right? To get to a calmer place again within our process of thought. We have a lot about swords here on the spread, so you would be truly thinking a lot right now, collective, not feeling a lot, but thinking. And you're doing it with logic, tapping into that King of Swords within you. If we take it in reverse, it's all about, well, delays, yes, but also unable to get out of your own mind. And it's about going against the crowd, a lack of process, feeling stuck or stressed. And you could be wavering within that. But then again, you're shifting towards taking that control within you. Again, thinking very logically when it comes to this situation, not being swayed by any emotions whatsoever. It can also indicate a lot about communication. And I did say that with the Seven of Swords, right? No, the Three of Swords, I'm sorry. The misunderstandings here. And I do not think that you're within that lens when it comes to this, thinking that there has been misunderstandings. Again, I think you're shifting towards what makes sense within your process of thoughts when it comes to this situation. What about that Six of Swords sideways? The World. But coming into some kind of completion here, right? Again, that is what is waiting. If you get that Six of Swords turning upright, truly coming in with that release within yourself, choosing that calmer waters to sail off, to leave what does not serve. And you would be in the midst of that, right? Wanting to get there, but you're not quite there. But we have the World here. It's all about the completion, right? The end of some kind of journey, but within you, right? finding that harmony and being able to maintain that throughout your process, throughout the next chapter within your journey that you would be coming into. So you would be trying to close out a cycle here, and it would have to be doing with, well, that karmic wheel. Wanting to improve, wanting new opportunities, wanting to see another door opening. But for you, and I think it's towards, again, your process of thought, but if I'm being honest, also your emotions, even though we do not have anything about emotions here on the spread. I don't think it's within the process of thought that this collective is having. However, I am feeling that for a reason. But you would be suppressing that in this moment of time. What about the King of Swords? So the Knight of Cups. So I think that's more within what you think about your person. You would see them as a Knight of Cups, as a Casanova, right? What do you say? A smooth criminal, which makes sense with the Seven of Swords. You think they're lying, they're deceiving, they're not being honest, they're not being truthful when it comes to this. About the destruction that left you in the Three of Swords, all of that pain, right? So you would see them as that. He can be a bit of a narcissist as well, because he do, in fact, just carry on that horseback, not rushing anything, but he does not look upon anything other than his own cup, right? That's his focus. Me and my cup. I don't think that you, collective, are within that lens of truly focusing on your feelings in that lens. It seems like it's more what you are, again, trying to have that intelligence outlook towards. This is what I have been shown. But then you go to shift within your mind that, well, maybe this all needed to happen, but not truly understanding it, since the not the Seven of Swords, sorry, the Six of Swords isn't upright. So you are going within, well, this destroyed my foundation. There was something not being truthful here. I think this person has been lying. Maybe they have been cheating. They have been sneaking around. And that left me with a lot of pain within my heart. I want one more for that Knight of Cups. So the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, she is very intoxicating, right? She is so magnetic and alluring, charming, graceful. She is truly an alchemist. She's so confident and she's so charismatic, right? So maybe you think that this person either may have had a Queen of Swords within the background, because I don't think that you are seeing yourself like that in this moment of time. Again, I think it has to be doing with what you think has been going on within the background. And then the Death card. What is that? And the Nine of Wands. So that led to an ending, right? It would have been causing something here to end. Something here to fade away. It's also about transformation, but I don't think that you are necessarily within that lens, collective. It seems like your focus is more here. But I think, again, that's what your mind takes you towards when you're trying to think logically about the situation. He could have been giving that cup to someone else. At least that's what you're feeling. There's a reason why we have the Seven of Swords here, right? And it makes you be defensive. It makes you protect yourself, truly wanting to guard yourself. You are on alert when it comes to this. You're fighting for your own sense of self. But again, with logic. We will get a bit further into this, my angels. Because it would be intriguing to see if you are on the money when it comes to this. So I just want to see here, my angels, when it comes to collective and how they're viewing the situation. What do you have to say about that? Clinging, obsession, family, and abandonment. So clinging here, holding on, obsession and spying, and then the obsession card again, infatuating, adoration, and addiction. So you would be having that. Again, we see that throughout this reading, right? Addiction when it comes to your process of thought. You're not within your body, in your vessel, choosing to feel anything. You're all up here, trying to make sense of why everything had to happen. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you're seeing it right. It's all about your wounds here collected with the abandonment. You feel left out, you feel they have walked away, you feel it was cold. So even though that is what you're feeling, you are as well embodying that, right? We see that with the King of Swords. So instead of sitting in that reflection of what this person chose to do towards me, you are actually starting to embody that energy as well, choosing to be cold. But it would have to be doing with your abandonment wounds, right? And like I said, the family building that foundation with the tower that came into a crumble. But you're still holding on to this. And that's why the Six of Swords, it's not upright. You're not choosing to move on, to take a deep breath and say, okay, this had to happen. You're trying over and over to make sense of the situation. Don't make it fit. So about the clinging and the obsession here. Yeah. Needing to go into that nurture within yourself, grow, yourself focus, soul finding. And that is still waiting for you. With the world and the Six of Swords. So choose to go into that. It's all about shifting that perspective within your mind. And get a bit out of your head, if I'm being honest. Because it's not serving you, it's keeping you stuck within this. Within your process of thought. It's like you're so obsessed about figuring things out instead of just releasing them and saying, okay, whatever happened, happened. I do not need to give it more thought. The answers that I am seeking are present within this moment of time. And choosing to say, okay, I'm releasing this. This does not serve me in this moment of time. What I need to do is come into me, focus on me, focus on getting myself that love. All of the thoughts you are using, all of the time that you're using to figure something out that is not for you to figure out in this moment of time. Release that. Use that energy on yourself, on your own self-nurturing. Again, who cares? Why is it that it matters so much that you are clinging on to wanting to figure this out instead of just choosing to accept this had to happen? this all needed to happen. And instead of giving all of that energy towards a situation that you do not have the right answers to, but you're trying to find them, sit in that emotion. Because it's all about this. If you're being honest with yourself, it's all about this. You feel abandoned, but you're not seeing that right now because you are so much within that clinging and obsession, wanting to figure this out. Release it. It does not serve you in this moment of time. Is there more here, my angels? It's a lot here, but the clouded judgment. And we do see that because you're not seeing the situation clearly. You're trying to, but you're not seeing it clearly. And then we have the curse. It's all about negative mind. I don't think there's anything to do with curse unless we're looking at it as you are cursing your own mind within this moment of time. Again, trying to figure this out, but you're in a cloud of judgment. You do not see it right, so release it. Come into the understanding of, I may not know why this happened. Again, who cares? I'm going to choose to give that energy to myself. Give myself that love and that nurturing, releasing this, because it does not serve me in this moment of time trying to figure this out. It's keeping me stuck and it's keeping me stagnant to a situation I need to come into a release with. But you have a lot of loyalty, a lot of belief when it comes to this situation. So instead of, again, going within your process of thought, sit in that. Trust that it's whatever is meant for you will always be for you. And whatever answers need to come out of this situation, they will come in the right time. But there is a reason why they aren't present with you in this moment. It's like you wanting to open that Pandora's box. You want all of the answers. But who says that your vessel in this moment of time are able to take those answers if they did come across your table? There is a reason why the things haven't come to you. So release it. Accept that. I do not need to know. I can give myself the answers. I feel abandoned. I feel abandoned by this person. And sit in that emotion. Where does that stem from? All right? And it would be from childhood collective. Just going to put it out there. And again, with the family card, there could be, again, abandonment wounds when it comes to that. When you focus on your childhood and what you have been dealing with from quite a young age. And this person triggered that. But you're more concerned about why, instead of coming into the understanding and the healing within you, why I needed this. Because what is this teaching me within this moment of time? What am I able to learn from this situation in this moment of time? Is there more here, my angels, when it comes to this? But heart fog. So the blocked emotions, and we do see that. We do see that. And mixed signals. So I think you could be, again, thinking that this person has been giving you a lot of mixed signals, right? When it comes to this. But if I'm being honest, you are doing that as well to yourself. Because you are so much up here, not in here, in your body, in your vessel, feeling what needs to be felt. So you again can release it, move on to those calmer waters that are waiting so you can close out this chapter. Choosing to step into that and giving yourself that. You would spend so much time thinking, being a little detective. Give that energy to yourself. Choose that loyalty when it comes to you, right? And believe in you, your change, your growth. And focus on that. Focus on healing that. But I want to get a bit more into it, my angels, when it comes to that. And I'm going to see if I am able to find that deck when it comes to, I think it's them, isn't it? Yeah. So we're going to get these again to give you more clarity about what from childhood you would need to have reflection upon to heal in this moment of time. So when it comes to collective and them healing this abandonment wound, my angels, number 26, destiny. And it was all destined. It's quite long, so I'm just gonna gaze upon the page and see. You are on the right path, always and no matter what. This card is a reminder that you do not need anything or anyone to tell you how to live your life or which path to take. You are always connected to your soul's guidance and your essence. Nobody can hear your inner voice better than you, and that is true. And that is true. Clarity comes and goes during our life, just like the sun can be temporarily hidden behind clouds. Clouds, our soul and its purpose are always shining bright, even when you cannot see them. Our unfelt emotions and repressed parts do not disappear. They wait until they are given an opportunity to be seen. And that opportunity has truly arrived, collective. They have a purpose and they hold the key to our healing and integration. They serve as our inner compass. When we take the time to be present with our emotions, we gain clarity about what brings us joy and fulfillment. Our feelings offer an internal guidance system, warning us when we are off course and encourage us when we are stepping towards our destiny. By being attuned to ourselves, we learn to discern what living our destiny feels like. These cards invite you to stop waiting. What if this moment is exactly where you are supposed to be? You are ready, right here, right now, exactly as you are to step into your destiny. Let's see a bit more here. Again, it's quite long, so I'm just seeing here. But allowing yourself to travel into this card with the intention of deepening your connection with your soul's purpose, the possibility for this exploration are endless. Take your time, observe these etheric or something. Etheric, I think you say it like that, floating shepherds. I'm sorry, I cannot say that word. Shepherds, I do not know. But filled with life and nurturement, what do they remind you about your destiny and purpose? The soul speaks to us in images and symbols, so the message might not be immediately logically sensed, but trust that your soul understands this language and that the guidance will come clear with time, like I said, collector. But you need to sit in the emotion. for that to happen. But connect with the source of light in this card and receive the wisdom and information it holds for you. If this light could speak, what would it say to you? And listen. And we have, it looks like, do you say a globe? So just like the world, right? Just like that. But not pushing that away. And you cannot have that clarity if you are living up here all day, every day, trying to find answers, trying to find, again, the logic within the situation. Come into your vessel and sit in the emotion. And instead of using so much process of thought when it comes to figuring out why this needed to happen, sit in the feeling of, well, it needed to happen. Because what am I learning in this moment of time when it comes to me and my wounds? And then we have safety, number 3. That's quite beautiful, isn't it? It's like the tree of life. It's very whimsical. I love that. Maybe you need to go sit under a tree today. Ground yourself. Or you need to come into a tree hugging and start practicing that. But many of us did not feel safe growing up. You might have experienced unsafe physical or emotional environments. Some of these words are like, I have never heard that before. There might not have been an adult you could go to when you were in distress. As a result, you may spend most of your life reaching to potential invisible threats, which exhausted your nervous system. We cannot assess our sense of joy, belonging, and connection with our survival brain when our survival brain is activated. If you drew this card, take a moment to assess if you need a glass of water, some food, or a warm blanket, or a sweater. Tend to these needs first. Are you comfortable right now? Look around you. Are you safe from danger? Check in with your toes, your legs, and your breath. This card invites you to smooth your nervous system and offer yourself support so that with time and repetition, you feel safe with your feelings. And then it says something here. Bring your hands behind your neck, just like the child in the image, and interlace your fingers and lean back. Without turning your head, look to your left with your eyes looking as far left as you can, and breathe. Once you feel the body release in some way, whenever it is yarn, sound, or sight, or swallowing, bring your eyes all the way to the right and breathe deeply. Wait for a release on this side, then come back to center and inhale deeply. Hold the breath for a moment and exhale as you release your arms. Use this technique anytime you want to bring yourself back into a state of present and calm. That was a good advice. So just like he is, or she, whatever you want to, but sitting like that and doing that to find that center and that release when you're over processing, thinking mind takes over within you. It's kind of like meditating, isn't it? But doing something again with intention when you're doing that. I want one more when it comes to that. Yeah, entanglement number 25. What was your worst fear as a child, and what is your worst fear as an adult? Write them down and describe how you feel in that worst, if that worst fear came true. If you can pinpoint a worse fear, recall a story you have heard or a moment from a movie that struck you. In your journey below, you are going to let go of the fear by offering it back to your lineage, releasing it to the ancestors who share this fear with you. Say out loud, "Dear ancestors, my inner child and I are here to offer back to you what is yours." And that would be powerful because it is like that, right? It stems from something that is so much deeper with that abandonment wound as well, right? Of truly having that understanding within yourself that this comes from a very young age. And it even, like the card says, could come from the people that were here before you. And you have been put here to come into that release when it comes to that. Just like a lot of other emotions within you, right? I hope this makes sense. I feel like for the right collective, it will. But looking at your lineage and say, I am here today to ask if some of you share the same fear. With your permission, I am here to offer back what belongs to you. Watch if some of them raise their hand or take a step towards you. Look at each one of them, and then you are ready. Thoughts and feelings associated with this fear, and offer it back to the ancestors who have stepped towards you. So again, if you are coming in to do some kind of meditation, I feel like you need to do that when it comes to that card. You could sit outside. Again, that would be profound. My universal truth, to sit under a beautiful tree, go out into nature and find a tree that speaks to your soul, your vessel. And it would be, in my mind, I'm seeing quite a big tree, it would be quite big. Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe your arms aren't capable of reaching all the way around it. I'm seeing that specifically in my mind for a reason. But sitting down there and inviting this enlightenment into you so you can get out of all of the clouds, all of the fuckiness, again with the clouded judgment and with that King of Swords, coming into the right kind of release, because it is all about you, collective. Of you feeling that abandonment and coming to that understanding so you are able to release it the right way, right? I am feeling called to take this deck as well. So maybe you are having some dreams that are actually trying to guide you in this moment of time when it comes to this, but having a hard time interpreting them. Don't you say it like I think you do. However, what do you want, collective, to know? Gain clarity of, my angels. But number 60, the Watchers, transpersonal. Number 28, the Hollow Bone, teachable. And let's just see 60 here. Serendipity, the observant, the witness, the transpersonal. The watcher appears. It is an invitation to stop doing, pause and get off the treadmill and take a deep breath. Find the witness within, the one who can observe the fire and fury happening around you, but it's not caught in any of the drama. The time is right to step back. If you have thought or opinion, keep it to yourself. If you have a feeling that needs to be expressed, do it in the shower. Do not engage with the actions happening around you. Simply observe. Watcher shows up to direct your attention to the horizon and always from the anthill in front of you. Others might think that you are simply doing nothing, but let them know that you are helping the sun to set in the evening sky. There are bigger things to attend to. You have spent such a long time trying to correct the cause of events and the action of others. Let it be for a short while as you become the observer rather than the doer. The watcher invites you to break free from the linear, causing space of the petty day to day, rise to divine consciousness, to serendipity, and notice how the act of seeing the heart of the matter produces results. Things happen without you doing anything. Creations unfold in its own mystical way, requiring only a sacred witness. So truly, being observant of you, right? Of what you are seeing, what you are feeling. And again, not being so much within the lens of wanting to figure everything out. Simply just be, watch, and see what comes to you. Coming into that again, true surrender to the situation. To have that understanding that you are within need of when it comes to you, collective. But number 28, teachable, humility, and being empty so that the wind of spirit can break through you. The hollow wing bone of an eagle is a flute for the shamans. The appearance of the hollow bone invites you to become empty of your notions of who you are, to take your ego at the door and to know that this is not about you. Relinquish your need to be right and to express an opinion, as this will not change anything right now. You are being called to practice humility. Truth. Allow yourself out and hear the wind blow through you and play you like a flute. You will learn the language of the quall, I think it says, and the storm, and understand the message in the summer breeze. There is an important communication waiting for you. Humility is the shift's part for you to become like the hollow bone. Drop all notions and titles that bolster your ego. Eliminate the door and allow things to happen of their own accord. Remember that you can accomplish most anything if you are willing to let someone else take credit for it. Can accomplish most anything if you are willing to let someone else, okay, take the credit for it. The hollow bone has come to caution you to believe only 50% of other things and only 10% of what you think. Trust your experience, not what you have read in sacred books or holy text. This will allow you to turn apparent danger into opportunity. Remember that you are a significant grain of sand in the grand scheme of life, and as important as the brightest sun. What I am getting out of that is just like the other cards, of coming into the understanding of everything will come to you in the right time, but you sitting in that lingering process of thought, holding on to it, trying to figure everything out, being quite obsessive when it comes to wanting to know everything, wanting to have every answer that you would need, in your opinion. Releasing that, sitting in the not knowing, and understanding that everything you need to know are present within you in this moment of time. But you need to shift your focus. You need to stop giving into that situation with how you are thinking, how you are perceiving. And again, stop pointing that finger towards them and pointing it inward and asking yourself, what is this teaching me? What kind of force am I coming into? What kind of enlightenment am I gaining from this situation? What am I being taught in this moment of time that I need so I can perceive in my journey towards my highest good? Can I have one more when it comes to this situation, my angels? Oh, that was too many. But maybe the spirit of river You could be a water sign, or again, you need to let yourself feel your emotions. It's just too many. Can I just have one, my angels? Thank you. Oh, it's actually two. They keep coming out in two. But that is number 46, Root Girl, the disconnect self. And you are a bit disconnected from yourself in this moment. And then number 20, Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. But number 46, the discovering self, the hidden beauty, and the need for acceptance and love. But the root girl sits shivering, unclear and naked at the base of the tree of the self. She is unloved, unwanted, and unshunned. For her, therefore, deformates. I think you say it like that. She has no home, but is safe buried underground to dwell near the deepest roots of this sacred tree. Who is she to you? Could this unhinged be the part of you that regenerated can lead you to wholeness and pure purpose? What is a part of you, the embodiment of deeply flawed perception of your failures, manifesting as guilt and shame? When you project envy onto others, or any emotions or instincts that you have learned to repress or dim unnaturally, is this homeless girl self crying for attention, acceptance, and love. You want to lash out, ignore it, push it aside, all the while refusing to acknowledge this ugly quality as belonging to you. But if you could only look into the root girl's eye and see the beauty and the unmet need, your unmet need, you would realize that this part of you is asking for compassion and understanding. This part of you was born when you were wounded and were contradicted to believing you are not whole, that your expression of self is somehow too much or too little. You may have inherited this creature from your ancestors. So again, taking back to that childhood card, right? Releasing that within your lineage collective. So having that understanding, it is not your burden to carry, but again, going into that nurture, that self-love, that self-understanding within you. However, this child self came to be curled up at the roots of your sacred tree self. It is time to welcome her into your heart. When you do, everything you have been searching for becomes illuminated and your path light up with renewed purpose. When you come to love Root Girl and claim her as your own, accepting her and your humanity, she is transformed just as you are. Then the manner of magic, the magic beings to arrive in abundant form, look for the beauty. And then number 20. Opportunity and choices of their conquests, life's blessing. But what will satisfy your hunger? Something needs to something new and unconventional, which is potential for bitter or savoring qualities, or something you already know you love. You are faced with a plethora of opportunities right now, and while they may seem to be an extraordinary thing, your many choices can throw you off balance. You might be worried that once you commit, you won't be able to turn back or refuse to confront the consequences of that decision. The most important thing to realize is that the feast is offering you experiences, no amount of over-analyzing or strategizing will help you make the right decision now. And the whole reading is about that. And there are swords as well on this card. So stop trying to analyze your way out of the situation. Come into that release. Stop being up here and come in here. It's like every card is about that. To truly sit within yourself, feel the emotions that you need to feel, start nurturing yourself. Welcome her so you can heal it. Truly. Not pushing it away, not being within the blame game, not being within, I need this, that, and the other, and this person did this person did that. What is it teaching you? Right here, right now, they're saying over and over again to take a step back, release, and sit in that emotion of feeling abandoned and understanding that this is for you to heal. It's not about anything else outside of you. You are the one feeling that emotion, and you're feeling it for a reason so you can heal it. But it's not helping you blaming this person for it. Thank them. They are teaching you such a valuable lesson. So release the need for knowing why this had to happen and everything else. Who cares? What are you learning? Sit in that reflection, sit in that emotion so you can transform through it. So you can close out this cycle and have that understanding for yourself, right? I want to give you a message, and then we're going to close this reading off. And I want to get you a message from your spirit team. And it comes to you on your journey and that you are stepping into in this moment of time. What they have to say to you. Oh, that was quite a lot, but okay. If it's meant to be, it will be. You won't have to force, convince, or worry over it. Let it flow, let it be, and let it come to you. You are attracting everything you need. Trust the timing of your life. Truth. If you find yourself stuck in a situation you are unhappy with, ask yourself, why are you still there? Is it fear of the unknown? Truth. Living in toxic situations or people can be the best thing you could do. Leaving toxic situations or people can be the best thing you could do for your soul and your spirit. Be fierce. Make today your new beginning. Try to leave any past mistakes in the past. Don't allow them to weigh you down any longer. Move forward today with the confidence and knowing that you have better and brighter days ahead. Truth, my angel. Truth. Release what is holding you back. We are going to give you some dices. I feel like it needs to be angel numbers. Yes, specific dates and as well, but I want to keep it within the angel numbers, if I'm being honest, to help you, guide you in this moment of time. Angel numbers you need to look up, you need to tap into, you need to have understanding with, because you would be seeing them in your day-to-day. But I do not think that you are taking it home to you, if I'm being honest. 11, 7, 1, 2, 13, and 8. So 7-11 could be significant. You could just have gone down to a 7-11, or it would be a birthday, a significant date to you. But yeah, so 11 and 1, 7, 8, 2, and 13. And I feel like 28 could be very significant for you. And maybe even number 72 could be significant. And I think you would be seeing, I did ask that, right? But 13 I feel like it's calling me in a specific way. And then I'm gonna get you gonna give you some letters here. This would be spelling something out to you in this moment of time. So write the words down, not the words, write the letters down. And a message will be for you in this collective. It will be in the letters here. So let's see. We have MENBNWBDO and M. And again, write them down. It will spell something out. That would be very significant for this collective when it comes to your journey. But that, my angels, was the reading for today. Release. Release, release, release. Gain understanding. Center. Come into your body, your vessel collective. But thank you so much. Thank you for tapping in, for tuning in. And I will be seeing you another day, another time, in another reading. By my angels.